Welcome to Through the Table Podcast with Brian, JL, Tom, Rick, and Russ.
No, it's like that thing you posted the other day. It's like AEW, it's like they just want WWE to improve their product, like AEW fans.
No one ever said to get rid of the WWE. We want it better. We want competition. Yeah. That's 100%. What makes it good,
100%. I have no, I love the fact that there's literally wrestling on every night of the week. You can find some channel,
right?
Yeah,
some channel that it's on.
This is such a time to be a fan.
But WWE fans wants everything gone, just them by themselves.
And I wish he was on tonight because I want to debate him. Like I actually want to have a legit debate, not like a heated thing. I don't hate the man by any stretch of the imagination. There's no issues with Russ. We have a different point of view on things, but I would love to be able to debate him about this because, I don't get like the mentality that a lot of WWE fans, I've made fun of it before, not him, but I made fun of it on our podcast before. There's no room in Dodge for someone else. Like someone's got to leave. Mm-hmm. And I don't get that. I don't get that at all. And I've said this before too. The biggest insult that they throw out there is, all AEW uses is WWE guys. Okay. Where are they supposed to go when they get released? Like, why wouldn't you sign them? If you're a businessman and you're trying to get something off the ground, why wouldn't you sign these people? Why does it matter where they came from?
And 4 or 5 years ago, when most of them signed, there was nowhere else for them to go.
Right.
But WWE. So you either go there or you don't. It's
so weird. It's so weird how like people are so married to it. Mm-hmm. Like this is their company. They're gonna live and die with it, and then that's it. Everything else sucks.
There's a pretty good Twitter account. It's called Wrestle Cringe, and it's literally like just random like tweets that they find on Twitter. That's just some of the takes. Twitter takes like. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but it's basically like a WWE fan being like, "Oh, AEW is going to die because X, Y, Z," and it's like the dumbest reason.
Yeah,
and it's just I don't know. I don't understand why you would want like another company just to fail.
Yeah,
makes no sense.
Because so it's funny to me how that is, because these people legit want another company just to fail, and I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's social media that is just making people more brazen or stupid. I don't know what it is, but I've seen the same thing with, to go a little world topic here, that Russian battleship that just got sunk. And there's people on my Facebook who are praising the fact that this thing got sunk and this is the greatest thing ever. Those, that battleship and all this other stuff. Like legit, like 300 men and women on that boat died. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't just a ship that went down. It was people. They died. I don't give a shit. I'm not involved in this. And it's the same with like, I want AEW to go out of business, or I want WWE to go out of business. There are people, and it's not just the workers. And that's what we forget. It's not just the wrestlers. There are the ring crew, the lighting crew, the production people, the people behind, like way behind the scenes that do internet stuff, all this.
Right.
They're just trying to put food on their family's table. Mm-hmm. You want that to go down because you like one company over the other, so you want those people to not be able to make a living anymore? Are you kidding? Like, man, like I get so embarrassed when like this.
But I think it's funny too, like, it's because then you look at like a wrestler's social media, and it's something big happens on AEW, and like certain WWE wrestlers will like tweet about it, like, can't believe this just happened, or and vice versa. If something cool happens on WWE TV, and AEW wrestler will just be, oh, that's pretty awesome.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And it's like it's kind of like if they're all cool with it and they're all watching and they're all being like supportive of everyone, why can't the fans?
Right. Exactly.
Well, and the other thing too, something that happened, what was it, a week and a half or so ago? You had Brody King with the Edge and what the hell, the Archer of Infamy guy there, Damian Priest. Yeah, you had him just tweet out, when you order the House of Black on Wish. And he was just screwing around.
Yeah,
he's actually friends with Damian Priest. I'm pretty sure that I've seen stories of them that they've gotten tattooed together. They're actually good friends. He's just throwing that out there because they're all buddies. This isn't like the late 90s where they were legit trying to put each other out of business because they were afraid the other was trying to put them out of business. This is just a bunch of people who know each other, respect each other, have worked with each other. And they're just trying to have some fun in different companies.
Right. They just bust each other's balls.
That's all they were doing. Right.
And that's what he did. And then you see all these fans just, I don't understand why they always have to put the WWE in their mouths. Like, dude, slow down. He's kidding.
You're not allowed to have fun anymore.
You can't.
No, you can't. Nope. Not nowadays.
Which reminds me, 25 years ago, ECW Barely Legal, when it was all sorts of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
That's such a good card.
It really was.
Such a good card.
Paul Heyman.
Arguably the best pay-per-view of all time.
Paul Heyman, when it's all said and done, should go down as the greatest mind in professional wrestling history. Everything that he's done, from his Paulie Dangerously days working with the frickin' guy from the Wonder Years.
Jason Harvey.
Yep. Celebrated a birthday yesterday.
Which one?
Who knows?
Oh.
I don't know how old he is. But no, I Paul Heyman. Yeah. Anyway, that was my point. I lost it halfway through, so I'm just gonna move on to the next thing.
Oh, I think we've always sung his praises, but like even going back, like watching old, ECW TV, and it's like you just watch dudes like, Hack Myers and JT Smith, and you were just like, these guys are the best. And it's like, look at, watching it now, you're like, oh, like Hack Myers, like what the hell is wrong with me?
Right.
I always watch Mikey Whipwreck, and I think to myself, what the hell did Paulie see in him?
Right.
I think
Paulie made him good enough that WCW was like, yo, we need to sign this Mikey Whipwreck guy. And it's like he had a WCW contract.
Paulie and Tommy Dreamer and Taz.
That you can always hit.
What was that?
He was just a tennis ball that you could continuously hit.
Something. Yeah. He was just.
Yeah, he was in like that Brooklyn Brawler role, and then the crowd got behind him so much they gave him a little something of a storyline, and they kept going, getting him more and more.
Then they put the belt on him at one point.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
Paulie was sitting in his mom's basement on Long Island with probably Dreamer and Taz. They're just laughing hysterically that Mikey Whipwreck got a contract from WCW.
Yeah, I'm sure.
100%.
Oh, definitely. His stuff with Tajiri was good though.
Oh yeah, when he came back from WCW and turned crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just more proof that WCW had zero idea what they were doing at that point, because they were getting guys from ECW. You had guys like Raven show up, and you didn't know what to do with them.
Nope, no idea.
You had this weird faction that could have worked,
Yeah.
Because it was basically the flock. It could have worked, but you just didn't know what to do with any of these guys. You thought you had to pigeonhole them into this hardcore wrestling type of style. And sure, I get that they came from ECW, but that's so like on the surface of what ECW was. They were way more than that. And
right.
I mean, they were the ones that had the Lucha Libre style prior to WCW taking that.
Mm-hmm.
They were the ones that would put on these amazing matches. ECW, if you go back and watch it, it's AEW now. It's literally almost the same thing. You saw that with the death match tonight. It's the same thing. And I think that's why I like AEW as much as I do, because you have the same rabid fans. When I went to Boston last week, I think there were 10 women in the entire crowd.
Not surprised.
and they were very handsome women. The rest of everybody else was all guys, and they were rabid fans, and they were screaming. And it's an energy. I mean, Brian, you went in October.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's an energy that I haven't felt in a wrestling show since ECW.
Right. Definitely.
And they still haven't come to Los Angeles.
They will. They are. They're on their way.
Well, I know, but like it's like all of a sudden I think they're all gonna land in LAX and it'd be like, oh wait, we should be in Chicago or Pittsburgh right now and get back on the plane.
Not when you sold over 12,000 tickets for that show. They're not turning around.
Nope.
So I work with this kid. He's like, little over 21, and I discovered he's a wrestling fan, and pretty much told him he's at the age where his Hulk Hogan was John Cena. You know what I mean? He grew up right at the, he was born in 98. So he, to the point where I actually told him about ECW one time, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Jack Swagger and Kurt Angle," and I'm like, "Oh my God, no, no, Zack Ryder." It's like, no, get not
the WWE, the ECW,
right?
No.
So a couple of weeks ago, I was like, "Bro, this is have you heard of AEW?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "I'm trying to get back into wrestling." And he went last week. He went last Wednesday to Dynamite. He's actually at SmackDown right now.
I forgot that was in Worcester, right?
Yeah, Worcester.
Yep.
And he was just saying how he's like, "Oh, it was crazy." He's like, the Tony Khan guy comes out and he's all telling us to have fun and blah blah blah. He's like, Vince McMahon would never do anything like and it's just. But he even just as like a casual fan just kind of realizes that it's like a night and day kind of, you know what I mean? Like, and I get it. It's like WWE. It's I mean, I'll never forget like the first time I went to like an indie show other than like a Ring of Honor. Yeah. Like Chikara, for instance. First time I went to the Chikara show, and it's like, all right, we're going to take an intermission. And like all these dudes come out and sell their own t-shirts and stuff. And I was like, what the hell is this? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, like it's cool. I think it would be awesome in WWE. But like, that's the WWE thing. They kind of, we're like a larger than life, our guys aren't going to be selling their own t-shirts.
Right.
But it's like, but that's the part of independent wrestling that I kind of like. Cause it's, you make, connections and you can, actually talk to these people and
sure.
Stuff like that. Like I, was talking to one of the shows that actually the Chikara show that we went to, Brian.
Yeah.
I met Joey Styles after, and I was gonna make a Joey Styles action figure for him, and he was gonna sell them on his website, and then he got canceled by everybody.
Yes.
And that just didn't go anywhere. But it's kind of cool to see. Like when I talk to him at work and he's just, it's like I said, the casual fan side of it, but like same thing. He's, certain things in WWE, like, oh, he's, I can't believe they're doing this with, so-and-so, like the Elias and Ezekiel thing or whatever, and then he'll, at the same time, he'll be like, what the hell are they doing on AEW with this, Great Khali dude or whatever, so it's like, it is kind of cool to see, like where he is open-minded and watches everything.
Yeah.
Like to get his opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta jump on something where you said how TK came out and was like thanking everyone for being there. I want to keep in mind for anyone watching this, I am not saying that Tony Khan does cocaine by any stretch of the imagination. I am not insinuating that. Please don't have his lawyers come after me. He looked coked out of his mind the entire night.
He's always like,
yes,
he's just,
and he's running around like mad, and he's just a freaking lunatic.
And his hair, he has Kramer hair.
Yes. He came out and he is just every single time he was out, and it was like maybe Brian, when we went in October, it was twice.
Yeah, it came out twice.
Last week it was about 5 or 6 times. If there was a commercial break, he's out there like, that match was amazing. And he's literally doing circles. He's doing laps around the stage.
Jeez.
Then he comes out before Rampage started.
Yeah, he always usually comes out when they do the switchover.
And now he's a little bit more subdued.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, he's coming down now. All right, we got an hour left in the night. He's coming down. Okay.
He says he drinks like 2 Red Bulls right before they start the show.
Yeah. Red
So
Bulls.
Tom,
Sure.
Tom, are you saying that everybody in wrestling, including Tony Khan, does bumps?
He's doing his own kind of bumps. But then he comes out after Rampage, after the Yuta Mox match, which was just amazing. That was a great match.
Real.
Yeah.
And oh boy, he was back up again.
Oh, I bet.
I thought he was about to go in the ring, but the ring crew was already taking the ring down. He looked like someone was trying to stop him from getting in there. He was a freaking mess, and I love him.
Yeah. Oh, Tom. Speaking of, when I saw my buddy at work, I was like, "Oh, how was Dynamite last night?" He's like, "Oh, it was incredible. The only thing that sucked, I couldn't find anything to eat in that place." And I was like, "Oh no!" I was like,
"Yes."
Oh,
so we decided to get pizza outside the place. There's a couple of food places.
Smart idea.
Because I said to them, I was like, "We're not going to find food in there. Don't even bother." Right. We get in there. We went right to the merch line like we did.
Yep.
And my buddy, one of the other guys, I was 3 of us, and one of my buddies like, I'm gonna go get a drink and all that stuff. And I'm like, all right, we'll see you in like an hour. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, do you see that line right there? He's like, yeah. I was like, that's the start of the food line. You have a mile to go. It's nowhere near it.
Mm-hmm.
We finished the merch line. I think he was still in his.
Oh, I'm sure. Halfway through elevation, he probably came to the seats.
All they had was like cheese pizza by halfway through Dynamite, but at least it was better than what we had. Yeah, it was better than what we had that night, but they still haven't really figured it out.
Omar scrounged 3 bags of chips somewhere.
Thank God. Thank God.
I still don't get it. You figure they would fix it this time.
You would think.
Yeah.
But that's definitely that's not an AEW issue.
No. That's all the arena. No, totally.
Yeah, as soon as he said that, I couldn't help but think of you guys. I just started laughing.
I guess they turned away over 1,000 people at the door that night.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
There was a ton of trying to get tickets that day. They couldn't. They got to find somewhere bigger to go. Because each time they've been to Boston now, it's sold out.
What's bigger than the game? What's the next step?
I don't know. They out of Boston area, they could go to Worcester.
Yeah, they would have to do the Centrum, but I don't know if that's one of those.
The DCU center is locked up by the WWE, so they can't run there.
Yeah.
The only other arena is the Conti Forum where BC is, but it's not that easy to get to, and it's kind of awful looking on TV.
The Thai Conti Forum.
True.
Which, by the way, wow, they're annoying now.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep. Oh, 100%.
That didn't take long.
Honestly, Sammy Guevara did have a good tweet the other day that came across my timeline. It just said, thinking about getting a neck tattoo. And I was like, oh my God, if he came out, even if it was for like one day, if he came out with like bleach blonde hair and a neck tattoo, I would just be like, oh my God, it would have been hilarious. Because everybody knows at this point, that's exactly what they were put in that position. You know what I mean? Like that was a Cody and Brandy written all over it, and then
Yep.
they left, and they're like, okay, we need another couple fast.
Yeah, right.
And they got it.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you think is more proud of the fact that they have sex? Sammy and Ty, or Carmella and what's his name there?
Corey Graves.
Yes.
That's a good question. I mean, Carmella and Corey Graves did have a YouTube show just to be like, guys.
Wasn't that all the show is though? Isn't that all it is?
It is.
I'd have to say
much.
I'd have to say they're the winners.
But so is Ty Conti's Twitter page now.
I was hoping for instead of the picture that they posted of the TNT title, I was hoping it was more of along the lines of a Paige Brad Maddox NXT Divas title situation.
I'll give it time. I'm sure that'll be there. Sure, she ever opens an OnlyFans.
Speaking of Toni Storm, which also is funny, the fact that she's getting $20 a month from like all these people, when literally like Stardom made her take pictures like that every day, like while she was on tour with them.
Yeah,
every day.
Well, she's making a boatload on OnlyFans.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I think she's up to over 50,000 subscribers already.
At $20 a whack.
Yep.
A month.
Yep.
A month. And if you don't forget to cancel those things, you get that. You get that.
Yeah, that goes a while.
Yeah, that automatic renewal still clicked on. Oh. Who among us haven't been dinged on that a few times?
More than I'd like to admit.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So she has 50,000 subscribers.
That's what they're saying, around 50,000 right now.
And that's $1 million a month. I mean, I'm sure OnlyFans gets a cut, and I'm sure we'll just nicely and cut that right in half $1 every month.
That's what they're claiming. That's how many followers she has. I don't know if it's true. I never looked it up.
For taking pictures in your bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Just showing you hoo-ha every now and again. There's $1 million. Don't
even have to show.
No, she's not even doing that.
Are you serious?
No, yeah,
nothing.
No. She went on some interview this week and said, it's just, I don't take anything off. I just show risque pictures and that's it.
Yep.
That's like that stupid Cassie and Billy Kay there. Those two with their stupid Cassie's World and Billy's World, whatever the hell it is. And it's just basically 3 more pictures of the ones that they're putting on Instagram.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like $30 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's nuts. But hey, I mean, if it's getting, if they're getting paid off it, good for them.
Right.
But yeah, it's literally like, it's the same kind of pictures she was taking while she was in Japan. I don't know if it's in the contract or what, but if they, anyone that works for Stardom's got to take pictures like that.
I would think so. They're kind of crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like same thing. I think I follow New Japan on Facebook, and they're always, where Stardom, Stardom has like a partnership with New Japan, or they're under the same ownership.
Yep.
They sell a lot of Stardom products.
Now they do, yeah.
And it's like these books that they're just picture books of their scantily clad roster that, and they're selling for like $100 a pop. And weirdo Japanese dudes are buying them left and right over there.
Yep, they are.
There was a what was it? There was a. Did you ever see the Vice show? It was like The Wrestlers. Did you ever see that? It was like right around the same time as Dark Side of the Ring.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, it was like a 7-episode series, and one of the shows was on like women's wrestling in Japan. And
I remember that.
Yeah, and it's like literally like I don't know the guy's name, but the one that basically runs Stardom. He's got the mustache and the weird hat.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of his name. I know who you're talking about.
And he makes them all take like picture like. And there was one girl. I mean, she, that was a few years ago. I'm sure she's older now, but like at the time, she was like 13 or 14.
Oh,
she had a mask on, but the same thing. Like like all these dudes are just coming up and wanting to take pictures with her, and just like it's so weird.
Yeah.
$20.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's true. Stardom takes half and they get half.
But yeah, good for Toni Storm.
Seriously.
Good for Juice Robinson.
Yeah, really. No wonder why he's going to kind of semi-retire.
Right? I don't need to take bumps anymore.
She's making enough for both of us. I'll just accept the booking here and there when I want.
Just stay at the house, do all the maintenance.
Yeah, he probably takes the pictures.
Exactly.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? That's what Sean Spears is doing at home.
Oh yeah. He said as much.
Yeah,
he helps set everything up and do it all. Yep, he loves it.
My buddy had to do that for his girl too.
Oh no,
she did. I was like, you sucker.
Is your buddy Andrew James Shanley?
Hi, guy.
No, he actually has no idea who I am.
he really doesn't.
Who?
Andy, I'm here to see Rick. Oh, okay, guy. What do you mean? Rick from the EWA. Oh, well, the celebrity wings down there, guy. Why don't we... Rick, he has a table. Yeah, all right. We'll go get an autograph. No, Rick, Andy, it's Rick. EWA that way.
You're not dressed as Mac Daddy. You won't know who you are. Nope. Oh, I remember you now.
Didn't we get to the table? He looked at you.
Should there be an EWA table?
What was that, Russ?
There should be an EWA table in the future.
There should be.
Oh, Tom, how'd you like my response on your birthday post the other day?
That was awesome.
That was fantastic.
That was awesome. Right after he said it, you're up like, oh, that's great.
That
couldn't
was
work
so
any better
good.
in the comment section. My God, you perfect timing for it.
I did. I looked. I'm like,
oh, that's off. That was.
I was like, Bob was the last one to comment.
I was cracking up on that one.
That was so funny.
That was great.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think. We didn't record last week, so we didn't really talk much about WrestleMania.
No, we did. We had talked about it.
Did we?
We had the preview for it. And all
the preview show, yeah. When we were completely wrong.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Everything we talked about.
Almost the whole thing was off.
I mean,
nope. We missed that whole thing.
Nope.
And retake now.
Yeah.
I thought the whole Saturday and Sunday was pretty good for the most part.
I liked night one better.
Yeah.
Saturday was good. Was a good show. Sunday, trying to think what happened Sunday. I mean, Sunday was okay. I was kind of underwhelmed. I don't know if it was just because it was like I just watched wrestling all weekend.
Yeah.
But it was like Saturday was cool. And honestly, and I'll be the first to admit it, I went to sleep right after the Charlotte match because I really didn't think Stone Cold and Owens was going to have a match.
Yeah.
So then when I heard the next day that they actually had a match, I went back and watched it that morning. But I thought Saturday was good. I mean, I don't know. It just, to me, still didn't feel like WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm trying to think what was, I really can't think of anything too egregious like that really stuck out. I do kind of find it crazy that the MVPs of the weekend, in my eyes, were Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The last two people I ever would have thought would have been the talk coming out of WrestleMania.
Right.
Well, I talked to I could see the surprise of that. I talked to Sammy before I think the Friday before WrestleMania, and like obviously everybody knows they're best friends or whatever, but like they were both talking about how they're going to try to one up each other. And what better way to, one up each other with big, high profile matches that they had. So it was pretty cool to see how they, obviously everybody, Sammy was watching KO in the back, and I'm sure vice versa, but they definitely delivered.
I think it's funny though how it's all right. Sammy's like, how do I one up Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin? And he's got Johnny Knoxville, and it's I mean, the one thing I did love about Sammy's match, I mean, other than Sammy just working his ass off, was the fact that the Jackass guys, I'm sure, were just like, yeah, just kick me in the face. You know what I mean? Like,
hit me, really hit me.
He like booted the wee man's face, like his whole face was just flat against Sammy's boot at one point.
I talked to a camera guy behind after WrestleMania was over, and he had like Kevin Dunn in his ear, Vince in his ear, everybody in his ear, and they all just like loved it. They were like laughing in the back, and apparently like loved every minute of it. And apparently Shane Helms was the producer of the match. Mm-hmm. So I heard like Vince was just like, who the hell is Party Boy? And then like Shane Helms said on the microphone, well, he's going to be out in a thong in a minute, like kind of thing for when they were practicing and stuff like that. So apparently that went as well as they had hoped, if not even better.
Party Boy's going to be the new manager of Madcap Moss at some point.
I thought
well, it might wind up being LA Knight. I guess he was there tonight as a manager for Mace in the dark match.
Mace is still around?
Apparently so. That's what they were saying before the show started.
Wow.
Mace, huh?
I guess he's opening up his own like modeling something LA Knight collection agency or something. I don't know.
I think it's funny how they have Mace doing dark matches when it's literally T-Bar's hometown.
Yeah,
like
really.
It's literally, I believe, right? Dijak's from Worcester, if I'm not mistaken. I
believe so. Yeah. But isn't he part of the Raw brand, or is he not? He hasn't actually been on TV probably ages.
I was saying nobody's part of any brand at this point. I mean,
that's true.
I think I heard something. RK Bros supposed to be there tonight. Cody and Seth Rollins are supposed to be there tonight.
Cody and Seth are in the dark main event. They've been promoting it on the radio and TV all over the place. Cody was on, I think, Fox 25 this morning promoting it.
Look at that. Cody's back on dark.
Oh, no.